All right, y'all. Come on, let's get on into this. Yeah, look at that. 300. It's my online church, pretty much, to my 300. Share some powerful stuff with y'all later about that 300. All right, well, the case is before the Supreme Court. The case is before the Supreme Court right now. We don't know if they have accepted it or if they're going to reject it or what they're going to do. More than likely, I'm going to tell y'all something about the Democrats. When they got involved, I think it made it almost guaranteed that the Supreme Court is going to accept the case. Almost a guarantee that the Supreme Court is going to accept the case. What's happening, Shanti Johnson over there in Milwaukee? I know it's freezing over there. What's happened to Nidra over in Texas? Miss Holmes, what's happening? Sarah. I don't know, Woot? Wootaya, must be something. George Wright, what's happening? Come on in, everybody. Oh, video games cheering. Got it. Come on in, y'all. We about to see what's happening with the Supreme Court. Can somebody name the five conservative justices? What's happening, Joseph? Texas, Florida. Can somebody name, okay, Amy Coney Barrett? Can y'all name the 5 conservative justices? We're going to pray for all 5 of them. Come on in, everybody. Go ahead and smash that like button. Share it with somebody. I'm about to break it down real quick. You think they're going to flop? We're going to see. Okay, we got Amy Coney Barrett. We got Kavanaugh. Who else? Alito, of course. Okay. Can y'all name the 5 conservative justices? Thomas, there we go. Thomas, Alito, Kavanaugh. Who else did we say? Barrett. Who else? I think what? We got one more. One more justice. Name the last conservative one. He's a younger guy, kind of thin. He was just before Kavanaugh. Gorsuch. There you go. That's right. So we have 5. 5. That's right. Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Thomas, Alito, and who else was it? Coney Barrett. 5. President Donald Trump brought in 3 of those. 3 of those were selected by President Donald Trump. Okay? 3 of those were selected before. Now, I'm going to talk to y'all. I'm going to get into the litigation on the court. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but let me just get some of this other news out of the way. I'm not even entertaining any news on this stuff about Hunter Biden right now because the time for that was before the election. I don't want to hear the crap. So now the media and the big tech were blocking us from talking about the Biden situation, Hunter Biden. We tried to blow the whistle. We tried to let America know that he was dangerous, that he was compromised, that Joe Biden is compromised. We tried to let them know about Joe Biden's brother who's compromised by China. They would not listen to us. They blocked us out. The media wouldn't talk about it. And guess what the media called it? Y'all know it. A conspiracy theory. So don't look for Pastor Jerome to do any talking on here about that freaking stupid stuff with Hunter Biden. Okay? It's a waste of time right now. It's a waste of time. We tried to tell America, we tried to warn them that Joe Biden is compromised. We tried to tell them that they were compromised by China. We tried to tell them that China, listen, China has the goods on Hunter Biden. They have video of this man with a young girl, with young girls. They have it. And the latest moves about China, everything you're seeing now is about China making moves. And once they get America, if they do, they got the world. And if Joe Biden happens to get in office, China is going to be over here stomping like a big dog. Stomping like a big dog. Because they own the media. They own Hollywood. They own the NBA. You couldn't get the NBA to say nothing negative about China. You couldn't get them to say anything about the Wuhan virus or the stuff coming from China. China is over here telling our movie makers what to put in movies, what to take out of the movies. I'm telling y'all, China is making a big move. When President Donald Trump gets back in office, look for us to go to war with China within 6 months to a year. I'm talking about straight up war. Because they deserve it. They've earned that butt whooping. China has earned a good butt whooping from America. So Trump is going to get in there and we're going to stomp their heads into the mud. So big tech is doing their bidding. Hollywood is doing their bidding. The media is doing their bidding. Y'all come on in and push that like button. Push that like button, and then y'all should become a part of my online church. Y'all should be a part of my 300. Go to my channel, push, subscribe. Subscribe to Pastor Jerone TV. Push the like button, subscribe to my channel, become a 300. I'm an advanced believer. When I end this video, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to talk to y'all about what the 300 is. I'm going to show y'all some scriptures in the Bible about the power of the 300. I'm going to show you some which y'all is going to be profound and very powerful. You'll never forget this. I have a video on here that you should look at when it comes to the light. Joe Biden said that he was the light and President Donald Trump was the darkness. I did a video about that. You should check it out. Joe Biden calls himself the light. That is a powerful video. It's a powerful video. You should check it out. I love sharing the word of God with people. And if you become a 300, you'll be a part of my online church. You'll be a part of a selected group of God's anointed and appointed believers. And I want the gifts of God to begin to manifest in you and stir up the gifts of God in you. There are spiritual gifts operating in all of you. Everybody watching me right now, you were born into this world and God gave you a spiritual gift. And we need to call that forth right now because we're fighting against evil spirits and satanic powers that are trying to take over America right now. And one of them is the media. Yeah, you got to see that video I did. Joe Biden, in his last debate with President Donald Trump, he said that he was the light and President Donald Trump was the darkness. And I had been saying leading up to this, that this is a spiritual war between the children of light and the children of darkness. And I'm going to break down with y'all in a video. After I finish this video, I'm going to talk to y'all about what the 300 represents. And one of the things that the 300 represent is light. Yeah, the Hebrew letter, the 21st letter in the Hebrew language is Shin, which means light. But I'm going to talk about that. Listen, they're shutting down churches. And if you want to be a part of a Bible-believing, faith-based community here on YouTube, you should join us. Subscribe to my channel, become a 300, email me, thebrokenstrongman at Gmail, thebrokenstrongman at Gmail. Now, the Supreme Court. We have 5 conservative justices. What's up, Dolores? 5 conservative justices: Brett Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, Thomas, Alito, and Barrett. 3 of them were selected by President Donald Trump, but all of them are conservative constitutionalists. Okay? And the case with Texas, thank you. The case with Texas that they're bringing up against these 4 states, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Georgia. And here's basically what they're saying. Texas is saying in their lawsuit against the four states is that they had non-legislative actors change the voting rules prior to the election without permission or without ratification. They did it unconstitutionally. And let me tell you this, the pandemic was not strong enough reason to change the voting laws or to try to change the Constitution, because the legislators did not vote to change that. That's the case. It's very simple. I think it's best that it's very simple and plain. Instead of talking about the evidence that we have, instead of talking about the votes that were flipped, I think the best thing to take before the Supreme Court is something based on constitutionality. And because this lawsuit is based on constitutionality, the Supreme Court has no other choice but to rule in favor of what? The Constitution. Now, some liberal states have joined into the lawsuit, and they're standing with the 4 unconstitutional states. Other liberal states have jumped in. They're standing against the law. They're standing against the Constitution, which is no surprise. We're not surprised at them. They will break law to get power. But we do know this, is that I believe that the Texas lawsuit and the other 19 states, it was kind of weak. But now that the Democrats and other states have gotten involved in it, it's pretty much made it a guarantee that the Supreme Court is now going to hear the case. They haven't said that, but I believe the Supreme Court is now going to hear the case based on the weight of all the states. I think there's only like 4 states that have not got involved in this lawsuit. If it was all conservative states, if they were all 20 or so conservative states that had filed a lawsuit against these 4 states, well, then the Supreme Court they probably would have kicked it out. They probably wouldn't have heard it. They'd have said, y'all deal with it because it has to do with election. But because the Democrat states have gotten involved in this, I believe that they have tilted the scale and pretty much forced the Supreme Court to have to hear the case. I believe that they've tilted the scale and forced the Supreme Court to have to hear the case. Sometime today or this weekend, we're going to hear if the Supreme Court is going to take on the lawsuit. And because there's like 46 states involved, plus President Donald Trump, I believe the Supreme Court has to take up the case. And when they take up the case, there's only a couple of things they could do. Okay? Here's a couple of things that they could do. 40 involved, but yeah, well, there's some Democrat states involved too. Which Democrat states? I didn't write them down. Okay. If Texas wins the case, if Texas lawsuits, if they win, see, because Texas is not asking, they're not asking the court to decide who's going to be the president. They're not saying, take away all votes from Joe and make President Donald Trump. They're not asking for that. That's not the remedy. They're not asking for that remedy. They're asking the courts They're asking the courts to enjoin with them to stop the certification, the illegal certification from the states, or to vacate the certification and send it back to the legislators. They're asking the courts to enjoin with the states that are in the lawsuit and to stop the certification of those states, stop their certification, or either vacate their certification and send it back to the legislators in each state. So they're not asking the court to decide a winner. And that's profound. I think that's a great strategy. Because if it goes back to the legislators in those states are Republican. Okay? They are Republican, and that's a very big key. Okay. The Supreme Court can hear the case or no, they can cast it out. But I think because there's so many states involved, they have to get involved in it. They're going to have to. Okay? The first thing they're going to have to decide is there jurisdiction for the Supreme Court to get involved in this? Jurisdiction. Do they have the power to get involved with this, or should this go back to the states? Okay? They want to know, first of all, is there jurisdiction? So the next thing that we're going to hear from the Supreme Court is that if they accept the case, then they are accepting that they do have jurisdiction over this matter. Okay? I don't see why they would not have jurisdiction, because this involved just about every state in the union, as well as the president of the United States. Worshiping Warrior, God bless you. What's up, Amy? Amy is 64. So they want to see if they have jurisdiction to hear the case, and then either they can accept that or they can send it back to the states. I think by sending it back to the states, then they're telling the legislators in those swing states, the states that are being sued, they're telling them that you all have the power to make the decision as to taking the electors from them or keeping them. So I think we have a win-win here, folks. And so the Supreme Court can also say it's too late. They can say it's too late to hear the case and that they're not going to get involved. It's too late. Like some of these judges did in the circuit court judges. All right? They can also do this. They can call for oral argument. They could bring in the judges and they can ask for oral argument. In which case, Ted Cruz has agreed to argue the case before the Supreme Court, and I think he's an excellent orator and an excellent conservative constitutional speaker and attorney. So that'll be a good thing. They can call for oral arguments, or they can ask for another briefing. In which case, the states, the president, and those that are defending or standing with the defendants will have to bring in more material and brief the courts as to why this case is being before them. Okay? Or they can ask for more discovery. All right? They can ask for more evidence, or what they call discovery. They can ask for more evidence. And if they ask for more evidence, that's a great sign. You know why? Because we got Dominion. We got all the information on Dominion. We have all of these witnesses. We have the affidavits. There's no way we can lose this thing. So basically, folks, I think it's a win-win. So when you hear the news, either later today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I think we have to hear from the Supreme Court no later than Monday. But we could hear from them at any moment right now. While I'm speaking to you right now, the Supreme Court can make a decision right now, either to reject the case or to accept it. A lot of people are saying, I've listened to a lot of lawyers. Judge, what's his name? Seculo. I like his channel. Y'all should check him out. Seculo. he argued, he was one of President Donald Trump's attorneys when it came down to the impeachment. He argued for President Donald Trump. His name is Jay Sekulow. Very, very profound. He and his son have a law firm, and they have a YouTube channel, JSL. And they're very good. But Jay Sekulow was saying that this is an uphill battle for the president. But I kind of disagree with that, because what we have is a matter of the Constitution. And those states, the 4 states in question, did they have the constitutional power to change the way elections are ran in their states based on whatever the matter is? No matter what the matter is. Did they have constitutional power to change voter laws in their states? Yes or no? Yes or no? I think it's just that simple. And when the courts see that, hey, we're not asking them to throw out one vote. Don't throw out one vote. Let all the votes remain. But here's what we want the court to do. We want the court to decertify the certification from each one of those states and cast it back to the legislators of each state. Very simple. Very simple. I don't think that's a tough case for the Supreme Court. I think it'll be very basic. And I think based on those 5 conservative judges that we have, Barrett, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Thomas, who's the other one? I'm missing one. Well, anyway, it's 5 of them. I think we would do well with the president. And the president, I like what he did the other day. President Donald Trump said, hey, I'm just wondering if we can get someone to stand up. If we can get someone to be bold enough to stand up and be bold and do what's right. Judge Alto, right, Gerald. You're right. Right, Stuart. Thank you, buddy. So anytime now, between now and Monday, we're going to hear a word from the Supreme Court. I'm definitely praying. I'm definitely believing God that we still have a United States of America. I still believe God, and I thank God for each one of you true red-blooded Americans. I thank God for you. I thank God for your prayers. I thank God for your steadfastness and fighting for the country. I thank God for you. I really do. I thank God for you every time I pray. We're on the verge, folks. We're standing on a bubble. We're standing on a transitory line between us and America or non-America. Either we're going to have a country or we're not. You know, either we're going to be a law-abiding country or we can just do whatever we want to do. And we can see that the Democrats used the pandemic to set all of this stuff up. They use it all as a setup. So if Texas wins this law case, this lawsuit, well, first of all, before we can just talk about a winner, we got to talk about the Supreme Court accepting the case. Do they have jurisdiction? The Supreme Court, from my perspective, I believe that they're going to take the case up. I believe that they're going to find that they have jurisdiction and that they're going to take up this lawsuit. I believe that that Supreme Court they're going to judge based on the Constitution and the fact that these 4 states broke the law in creating laws, voting laws that broke from the constitutional law. Now, what Texas is saying and the other states are saying is that their voters were defrauded by those 4 states that broke the constitutional laws and allowed mail-in ballots and changes in voting laws for their people, when all the other states are supposed to abide by one rule. So I think it's an open and closed case. I don't think it's going to be long or drawn out. I think they already know, based on the timing of everything, that this is going to be a very quick case. And so don't look out for a long drawn out decision. They're going to make this decision pretty quickly. So please send up your prayers, send up your faith and trust in God, and pray for our judges. We may even get one of those Democrat liberal judges to even side with us. Yeah. So that's that, y'all. I just wanted to get in on that. Want y'all to subscribe to my channel, become a 300. It's going to be online church. The first of the year, I'm going to be doing a communion. I'm going to be doing an online communion with my 300. I'm going to send you a communion package, and I'm going to teach y'all. I'm going to teach my advanced class the power of the communion and how it heals our body. You know, the children of Israel walked around in the wilderness for 40 years, and one of the things that God continued to say to them was that your feet did not swell. That's powerful, because swelling of the feet is a sign of malnutrition. More specifically, it's a sign of a mineral deficiency. When a person's feet swell up, it's a sign of mineral deficiency. And when God was sending them that bread in the wilderness, that bread alone provided all the vitamins and nutrients they needed. And so I want to talk to y'all for the new year, my 300. I'm going to share communion with you. And I'm going to talk to y'all about how you're healed through communion. Through communion. David, I hear the sound of an abundance of rain. We're going to share communion, my 300. Oh yeah, by the way, I sent out those 300 t-shirts. If you want one of these 300 t-shirts, hit me up on my email, thebrokenstrongman@gmail.com. Okay, so look, I'm going to end this. I'll see y'all on the next video. I'm going to start up a live right now in about 5 minutes, and I'm going to talk to y'all about the 300 and about the communion. And I want to share some verses with y'all about the number 300 and what it means. So those of you that are on here right now, look for me in about 5 minutes. I'm going to start a new live. I wanted y'all to come on over. All right. Blessings to you. Love you. Go ahead and like and share and subscribe this video. Let everybody know we have to pray for our 5 conservative judges that's on the Supreme Court right now. Start sending up your prayers. Bless them and cover them in the blood of Jesus. Cover their minds, dear Lord. Touch them, Father. Bless every one of them. Kavanaugh, Thomas, Barrett, Gorsuch. Who else? And Alto, Judge Alto. Father, touch their hearts and give them courage in this hour. For such a time as this, Father, I pray that you would raise these judges up and give them boldness to stand up for the country, oh Father, in the name of Jesus. We plead the blood over their lives and over their minds in Jesus' name. All right, I'll see y'all in a minute.